This is looking to be a great matchup between two historically great football teams. Looks like the Northtown's receiving the kick. And it kicks off. Picked up. Brandon Hall returned, took it up to around the 18-yard line.
Alright, so today the Hornets, you must watch CJ Price and Brandon Hall. Two very key weapons on this offensive line all season, keeping the Hornets 7-0 since they haven't been undefeated in the entire season since 1957 by Francis Galbraith.
Hands up the middle, carried by CJ Price. Takes it up to the around the 30. First down. CJ Price again.
So this is going to be a pretty good matchup, am I right, Tyler?
Absolutely. Northtown obviously coming into some but as I said, fumble. It's like it could go either way. And Northtown received it. That moves it to 2nd and 12 at about the 26-yard line. Back in the left side. Takes the snap. Hand off to CJ around the outside. Brings one tackle, makes a tackle, and it's a ball down. Third and ball loose. It looks like it's going to be a ball. Yeah, it looks
looking up their overall winning percentage. Both of them are above 500. North County is 501. This year it's not the case. They're 2-4. We're looking for the upside here against the 6-0 Hornets.
I can't even do that.
And timeout.
Whether it's screen printing or graphics design, this equipment's going to give you a short and incredible time. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way. Alright, and shot out is over.
One time defense getting set. And offense coming back out with the field.
I'm ready to die.
Of course. It looks like they're going for it. 4th and 2 on
This is where you got to watch Tommy.
Nick Martin takes the snap over center. It's play action. First down. And it's caught. He brings up to the 2-yard line. First down of Clark.
That was a risky decision made by the coach, but it paid off.
That's a big play for the Spartans. Now they bring it to first and goal. Going down we're up to around the 2-yard line.
The key to Omar is to move the ball away from Northtown special teams in any possible way, including the defense, including just kicking field goals.
Price can't hurt you with that.
Yeah, ready for the microphone, please.
So
He can hurt you on your way. He's also
snap, he takes the threat.
Microphone, ready, go. Your version. Nothing. When you come back in, come back on the elbow. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready,
nice to see.
But I do think that this is a very competitive team that can get it done. It's just a matter of whether or not they will. It's a matter of they execute to make the plays when they need to.
Appalachian State with Michigan, I think it's possible for the North for an upset.
Well, that's fair
Northman,
He just dives on a far down to the Northtown ball at the 35-yard line.
Muhammad, solid recovery on the swim. Something you have to watch in Northtown's offense is inside and Brandon Hall quarterback.
Alright, so Matthew takes it. His pistol formation. Hands up. Oh, that's nice. Brandon Hall taking the snap.
As I said earlier, you have to watch inside of that quarterback position and really watch. As I was saying earlier, against the blowout against the William Christie, we worked on moving the ball one time. CJ is carrying this team right now. Really for one part to stop them. They need to take care of CJ.
They run the outfield. Brandon Hall takes it across for a Northtown first down up to the 49-yard line directly in there. I think that Seth Matley was out of the concussion that game.
And that one pass was in fact an interception.
Northtown didn't do a whole lot of air attack that game.
They don't do a whole lot of air attack at all. They're trying to put the ball in the air.
It looks like Brandon Hall quarterback again. The snap comes early. But CJ Price with Hawkins only takes it up for about a 1-yard gain. There's a flag on the play. It looks like Brandon Hall wasn't ready for the snap. A good reaction from CJ Price. It's not that the fastest quarterback to try to take everything.
Oh my God, where?
Flag on the play was an illegal shift. That was
On your back!
First and 15, it's back in the territory up on the 26-yard line. Brandon Hall takes the snap, handoff on the jet sweep. Okay, takes a few pennies wrapped up after about a 14-yard game up to the 40, back in the territory.
Jeremy Brown on the jet sweep. Jeremy, man, he is something else in open space.
We said he's one of those players that we have to watch in this game. You're absolutely right. You should take that ball into open space and do a lot of
key players in this Northtown offense. And it's got to be both quarters to not bite on the option to do that because it will keep them alive.
Brandon Hall on the pistol again. It looks like he hands it off to CJ Price this time. Looks like he might have gotten up there to the chains. They will say no. He's just short of that first down. So it looks to me. Looks to be 3rd and inches as they try to move the chains up in this 3rd down. They're going to bring the chains into measure to see just how close Northtown was to that first down if they got it.
Gabby, have you seen the races?
Whether it's screen printing or graphic design, screen prints can get you a shirt in incredible time. Scored by 7807 North Traffic Way.
Oh my God.
Brandon Hall in the pistol again.
I don't know what kind of formation this is.
I'm a guess pistol. That looks like one of the false start on the Hornets. Looks like false start indeed.
Is actually a junior to the offensive coordinator's son. As we said, many weapons that we have on the offensive and defense. Danny Joyner is a two-way player. Both tight end and
Taking the snap. That's false start again. Get on the Hornets. 88. That would be. All right. That's what we already talked about. Shotgun or wildcat triple option situation. This is pretty common because with the I-form, you have to do your drop absolutely perfectly, or you can have some serious pressure in the ways. But yeah, it does seem to be the under center snap seems to be the kind of bread and butter for stuff like that. How they seem to roll their offense. And so far, it's working. After taking out 7 points, let's see if Oak Park can do it again. Park about a 2nd and 11. Under center takes the snap up to the halfback, and he is stuffed at the line. Stuffed by this incredible. Oak Park's offense is doing decently well against this small town. Getting that turnover earlier, that fumble from CJ Price cost them 7 points. Let's see if, however, Oak Park doesn't make a second. It seems to be stalled up as now 3rd and 11 to see if they can get the first. Play action, they play on the pass, and it doesn't get needed. So that'll bring it back down to incomplete. Again on the option. Right as it pitch off. Oh, Jeremy Brown. He takes it on the outside. Down the field to the 40. And it looks like he pushed out of bounds. Just barely. He had one man to beat to make it a touchdown, but it looks like he got misstepped out at around 30-yard line. Up to the Oak Park 29-yard line. I think the best thing for Oak Park to do is to put as much pressure on the outside as possible, making sure they can't rely on the outside and set map. There's just too much speed in this Northtown offense. Hand up to Clyde Price, right up the middle. CJ breaks a tackle and he takes it off in for a Northtown touchdown. All by himself. Alright, Clark can't let this get away from him. We need to answer on this next round. There's still plenty of time left in this game. I wouldn't be too worried yet if I was Oak Park, but absolutely, as I was saying, there is just playing a lot of speed in this Northtown offense. Hopefully, Oak Park's defense can hold them. He would set Matt Eaton up as the starting quarterback. Brandon Hall steps in to one of the faster options, so he can run the option either way, give it to CJ Price. I'm going to see that first time. Pretty upright to get the score. The score remains 13-7 Northtown.
Clark keeps the ball.
It looks like Northtown kick caught them off guard. But
Leon Douglas is picking up the ball. Very tricky man. Was running trick plays, sometimes a little more risky.
as they showed this season, he's definitely taking those risks.
And so far it's working out. Kick was recovered by 88, Jacob Mustard. Obviously, trick plays, the onside kick doesn't work every time, but it does too.
Oh my God, no! We can't have you up here doing sausage! You're not a fourth burner!
Not trailing in the game for
And so we're 10 seconds! We need to start blessing!
Blake Bland under center, two backs in the backfield, hand it off to the fullback, and he takes it right up the middle, right up the gut. And he's brought down at about the 26-yard line up into Northtown territory. Wow, what a play from the running back. Looks like that was... Park down. Oh, man.
No one speculate on what injuries are, but hope he's okay.
I'm trying to see what happened. It looks like he just collapsed after the play when he got marched up.
Now looking okay, he's not getting up right now. Just marching okay.
They help him up. He's up.
Walking off the field, okay. Hopefully it's just when he got knocked out of his game. He lost it.
Hopefully we can make it back to the game soon. As Blake Bland. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Northtown 23-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hoping to punch this one for the first time into the red zone.
We hand off to their deep back. He's swallowed up immediately behind the line.
Running back, linebacker, CJ Price. getting ready to kick off. Let's see if they do the same thing Northtown did with an onside. No, it's just a short kick.
Oh, it's bobbled.
In the dirt.
It looks like Oak Park might have recovered this kick.
They have
Oak Park ball.
The kick on their 40.
Around the Northtown 39-yard line.
All right. Let's see if Oak Park can increase their lead against this Northtown defense.
It seems they caught Northtown off guard with that kind of kick, and it seems like they've caught Northtown off guard in general, as they seem to have already, as a shocker, taken this early of a lead.
I think it's possible that Northtown underprepared for this game. Let's see how the Hornets defense responds to the hot streak of the Northmen's offense and special teams play.
Obviously, it's still early in this game. 11 minutes left in the second quarter. But Blake Bland under center again, taking the snap. First and 10.
Have they taken a shot at a gun at all? And it is a...
Looks like he gets it, carries it for about a 3-yard gain up to the Northtown 35-yard line.
Have they even taken a gun or a pistol snap all game? I don't believe so.
No, it looks like they've only been running plays under center.
That's an interesting way to do it in this cold weather because, as anybody knows, play football outside when it's this cold, that ball hurts your hands after about 10 passes.
Continues to be under center. One wide receiver out right. Snap the handoff up the middle. He pushes up for about a 1 to 2 yard gain, but he's pushed back by that Northtown defense.
Something I've noticed is Northtown has been able to stop the under center runs pretty well, besides that one they broke off earlier. But when it comes to the play action, they have no idea what they're doing on defense.
They've been fooled throughout this game, absolutely, but they're still in it, and it's not too late in the game, so we'll see if their coaching can make any adjustments to let their team know what's going on defensively.
This weather's got to play a huge factor for tackling.
Blake Bland's got the play from the coach.
Coming out, let me guess, under center. Yep.
He will take the snap under center. Same formation, I formation with one out right.
Play
He's
action.
got the ball.
Boom.
He throws the ball down.
And it is
incomplete.
I don't know if that touched him at all.
It looked like the receiver Avery Williams was very close to being able to make that play as he went down to dive for the ball but was unable to make the catch.
Quarterback was very pressured on that play, had two people coming at him. I understand why he just had to get that ball out of his hands, and it was a throw on the run. Not many people are making that throw, and he was pretty close to it.
Well, you run that play several more times. I'm sure Oak Park can make it work once. He's already completed one pass on the run. That was that Oak Park touchdown.
One of their Oak Park touchdowns.
The more recent one, the passing touchdown.
Yes. All right, again, coming out under center. Smart move in this cold weather.
4th and 6, they're going for it. On 4th down, under center, one wide receiver out right, takes the snap.
The ball, play action, he's pressured, that's a sack.
He's sacked by Daniel Joyner. And that's a turnover on downs. Northtown will take over at around their own 39-yard line.
I'm excited. As we said, on this Northtown team, there are multiple two-way players, CJ Price and Danny Joyner being them. Both key players on offense and defense. CJ's already made several stops, and Danny Joyner with that sack on 4th down. Let's see what the Hornets offense can do.
Well, Danny Joyner just flew right around that edge on that blitz, and the quarterback didn't know it was coming. Blake Bland was completely caught off guard by that sack. He was trying to get the ball downfield, but he didn't even have an opportunity.
I don't understand.
That looks like that was carried up. Jeremy Brown on the carry.
For a good 5.
Moderate gain.
All right, well, Northtown is taking a completely different approach with this game, not coming out in live formation and pitching the ball around quite a bit. That's Brandon Hall.
Brandon Hall back to take the snap. He takes it, handoff to CJ Price. He takes it up.
CJ
goes over for a Northtown first down, it appears.
See, something I really like that this Oak Park's doing is they're not trying to take CJ Price out chest high. They're going for his legs, and that's something you got to do when you have a monster, somebody as big as him, coming at you like that.
They're tackling as your coach to from the very beginning. This is how you tackle, and this is the only way that Oak Park's going to be able to stay in this game if they make plays like this defensively. Well, that is a first down.
They haven't made many mistakes defensively at all, and they've been containing this offense pretty well, besides those 2 breakout plays.
Snap. It looks like Brandon Hall still has the
Brandon
ball.
Hall keeps it.
He
Absolutely destroys
and he
somebody.
takes it upfield to the 20, 10.
He
No
is
one's going
all
to get
by
him. That's a
himself.
Northtown touchdown.
It is now 19-14 Northtown. Do they go for 2 in this situation, Tyler? What do you say?
I could see it from Northtown coach Leon Douglas off. Absolutely, he could make that play. He could make that call. But what a play. On the option, the quarterback taking it and running in open space, taking it all the way.
Oak Park's defense has got to be expecting to run up the middle from They're actually kicking it out here. All right. Setting up for the kick. It's up.
It's up, and it is good.
Good. 2014 Hornets.
Hornets take that 6-point lead, and you got to think they got to make a stop if they want to try to take this lead and put this game into cruise control.
We'll see. With how Oak Park's under center style is playing, not a lot of people go up against that this day and age. You want me to do it? Whether it's screen printing or graphic design, Squid Prints can help you get in a shirt. Incredible time. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way. All right. All right. Well, time coming out to kick. After the score. As I said before, this weather's got to be a factor. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these kicks go in the dirt after not being able to haul it in because of the ball.
Absolutely. It's starting to become really cold out here. It's very easy to mishandle a football in this type of weather, especially when the field is a little bit wet as there's moisture in the air. It's very easy to drop a football, and as we just saw it already a couple times, last time Northtown received a kickoff.
Ball is kicked, finally a deep kick into the end zone. Ball is whistled dead. Touchback.
He must have called fair catch.
I didn't see it, but I understand the call. Okay. Oak Park's defense has to Northtown's defense has to continue to figure out how to stop this I-form in order to keep this lead.
And obviously they did last drive. They found a way to contain it last drive.
And hopefully, for their sake, they can keep it up to maintain this lead. But I can see Oak Park mixing it up a bit, going a bit more in the gun, spreading them out a bit. Try and mix things up. They're coming out in a
It looks like they're going
formation.
Under center yet again.
Under center, but they're not in the I-form this time.
Nope. He takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. He takes it up to for about a 9-yard gain. That was Isaiah Simpson yet again on the carry.
Brought down by the beast defensive end, that is Tommy Adibawore.
Gain of 9 on the play. Timeout.
Gain of 9, timeout.
That tackle was from Tommy Adibawore, and he obviously, as we discussed earlier, is a very key player on this Northtown defense, making the big plays. As we take this timeout, we'll take a word. Do you need a custom t-shirt? Don't get your tentacles in a twist. Squid Prints will make it an easy price you can't resist. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way.
With the game being so close, you've got to watch. It's going to be who makes the most mistakes. It's one of the most cliched things said in the game of football. And right now, score may be in the favor of Northtown with those 2 fumbles on the first drive.
It's got to make you wonder.
Oak Park has been doing better in the mistake game and the turnover game. You've got to watch putting the ball in the dirt. And Oak Park's done a very fine job of that. Coming out under center again, but not quite an
the handoff up the middle. He's brought down immediately. Isaiah Simpson not getting it anywhere that time. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Relying pretty heavily on Isaiah Simpson because of this weather, not trying to pass the ball. Can't blame him.
Although their quarterback has been doing pretty well, Blake Bland completing that touchdown pass, obviously.
It's also extremely hard for a defense to play in this weather because the constant contact to your chest and your hands from trying to deflect passes. It looks like you're swatting at an ice brick.
It looks like Oak Park actually lost 2 yards in that play. It is 3rd and 3. Same formation, except this time the pass he throws over the top.
It's completion down at the 49 Northtown 49-yard line.
That is complete to Ryan Woodson. And that'll give Oak Park a first down.
Incredible gain on the play, as I said. They were being very smart with the mix of runs and passes in this awful weather.
And that was just a nice find over the top. He was wide open downfield. Blake Bland takes the snap, the handoff to Isaiah Simpson again. It looks like they're trying to push it up, but it doesn't look like he's getting anywhere. Getting brought down at the line, whistle dead at the line of scrimmage.
A little bit of shoving after the play, but it's expected when tension's this high with Northtown being undefeated and Oak Park trying to slay the Giant.
1 on the play. 2nd down and 9.
Well, hopefully Oak Park can score on this drive inside Northtown territory at this point, coming under center again.
And that'll be Blake Bland taking the snap in the same formation, except this time the handoff to the left. He gets forward here for about a gain of 7 yards.
Very nice push on that pile.
Isaiah Simpson powering up for that gain for Oak Park, bringing it to about a 3rd and 2 situation.
Really putting the ball in his hands is a key for Oak Park this game.
Making it a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
After what they did earlier, the 3rd and 13, was it?
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
So you brought it up, made it very much more manageable for this Oak Park offense. As they go back in the formation, exact same formation they've been running all drive. They hand off to the left. He gets across to the first. He breaks a tackle, breaks another. He refuses to go down, but he will be whistled dead at the 29-yard line. First down.
Did not want to go down on that play, did he, Tyler?
He broke at least 2 tackles.
Very impressive. As I said, as this game progresses, you've got to watch the weather having effect on these players. After their body starts getting cold, they try to wrap up. It stings. You could say it felt like they just got hit by a hornet.
And you could, but I wouldn't.
Still remaining under center as they have.
It's the same formation they've been running the entire drive. They don't seem to be varying their offense very much. It's very niche. As I say that, the quarterback breaks a sack, throws up top, in and out of the hands.
Did he break off the arm?
I can't believe he dropped that pass. That was a pass right across the top. Only his receiver would have been able to make that play, and it's just off his hands.
That was a play of the DB.
Fantastic play defensively for Northtown. But I still feel like he could have made that catch. You know, he was the one who jumped up, and only he was going to be able to get both hands on that football. And
as we said, with this weather, it feels like you're swatting at a brick full of ice.
Absolutely. I think the weather had everything to do with that drop.
Especially with the moisture that's on the field right now, and it is
handoff up the middle. We'll get for a gain of around 1 yard on that run. That should bring it up to around 3rd and 9. Again, Tommy Adebawarwe on that stop.
All right. Hopefully, this game stays alive up until the end, because this weather can really drain the life force out of somebody.
Yeah, it's a little chilly out, but I'm sure we can make it.
It's not quite the Ice Bowl, but
same formation, handoff, no play action, bootleg. He throws
pressure,
it, and he will be stopped.
No gain on the play. Looking for a flag on the play for a dirty hit. No laundry.
No flag coming.
I think that was a good call. That wasn't a hit. I think he just followed him out of bounds.
What I saw was him falling out of bounds, but You know, it was understandable. I can see where they could be upset about that play call. But that looks like that'll bring it to 4th and 10. The question is, what is Oak Park going to do here?
If you thought catching the ball was bad in this weather, kicking it's even worse.
It's 4th down and 10 for Oak Park from the
It looks like the quarterback's going to be taking the play call. And this Oak Park offense is going to stay on the field to go for it on 4th and 10.
Very courageous move. Let's see if it plays out.
I can't imagine they changing the formation. This time the wide receiver left. He takes the snap. It's play action. Coming around that edge again, Danny Joyner. He breaks the sack. Tommy
throws it.
And he throws it away. Turnover on downs.
Intentional grounding.
That was not Tommy on that pressure. That was
Dom Orange, probably.
yeah.
Dominic Orange. Dominic Orange.
That'll be intentional grounding. Also, no receiver in the area.
I mean, I understand when you have somebody the size of Dominic Orange, who's only a freshman, mind you, coming at you.
He's a pretty big guy. Although Danny Joyner almost had the sack there outright to just cause the turnover right there, but
the quarterback was able to get away, pulling a Houdini right there.
But to no avail, as Northtown will be taking over in their own territory at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's got to be a confidence boost for the quarterback being able to escape the sack, and that's got to kill Daniel Joyner's confidence. Could have ended the play.
Brandon Hall taking it in the shotgun. Jeremy Brown coming in motion. It looks like it's going to be a jet sweep.
He is
unable to break that tackle, but a flag.
Tommy Brashears. There's a flag on the play.
Holding on the offense.
Ball's holding against Northtown.
All right. Hopefully, let's see what this
Northtown offense can do. 1st and 20. They'll be trying to make the push upfield to get a score before halftime. 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in this second quarter before we get to the end of the half. Brandon Hall taking it in the pistol.
We haven't seen very much of Seth Matley this game at all.
Absolutely not. Brandon Hall keeps the ball.
Option, as I was saying, you have to watch. That is a
gain of around
flag on the play.
Gain of 5 yards. Flag down.
Penalties are. I believe that will be on Northtown if it is penalties.
Holding on the offense again. And that'll make it a disastrous 1st and 30 for Northtown.
This drive, penalties are killing them. It's not, they need to make sure they're having some clean blocks on these runs. It's not going to help them in the long run. 1st and 30, let's see what this Hornets offense can do.
1st and 25, it looks like, actually.
25?
Looks like they made it half the distance.
1st and 25 on mistake. Play clock is started.
Brandon Hall, a fake handoff, fake jet sweep, and he's brought up, tackled at around the 18-yard line. Gain of only around 3.
3-yard gains are not going to cut it in your 1st and 25 situation like this.
This will make it 2nd and 22 for this Northtown offense.
They've got to be able to pull a magic trick out of their hat here because I don't know how they're going to convert this.
These penalties are killing them not only in this offensive attack, but in the fact that even if they don't convert, it's hurting them in the field position battle. It looks like as Brandon Hall take the snap, handoff to C.J. Price. He finds a gap. He takes it to the outside. 1st down and more. No one's going to touch him to the 30, 20, 10, 5. And that is a Northtown touchdown all the way.
26-14 Hornets.
C.J. Price up for a 72-yard touchdown run for C.J. Price.
He's a very impressive running back. Gonna do great things in his life. He's a very humble human being. I've had an interview with him myself, actually. Very interesting person.
What'd you learn from him in that interview?
Everything he does is for his parents. His mom is a huge support, so is his dad. He's just ready to play football. Definitely a
As I
very
say that, this point after is up and good from Northtown.
27-14. 2:52.
Yeah.
2:52 left in the second quarter.
As Northtown takes that 13-point lead, they'll be kicking the ball off. Oak Park obviously hoping to get a score before halftime. Clearly, that would benefit them. You know, bring it down to a one-score game before the half, where they will be receiving the ball, correct?
I believe so, yes.
So they'd love to get a chance to score right here to bring it a one-score game before they get the ball back after the halftime.
13-point lead. 13-point lead, so let's see what can happen.
I said 26. If I correct myself.
All right. Northtown set to kick after the huge run.
5 minutes later, it doesn't help.
Northtown set to kick after the huge run by Clyde Price. Let's see if they try another onside like they did earlier on in the game, Tyler.
Well, I don't think I'd see it, but obviously with this coaching they could potentially make that play call.
And it is
It's a kick
boomer.
downfield. Down, received at the 5.
He
He
slips.
has to return it, slips on the carry, and he's wrapped up
Solid tackle.
at the 13. That was
Isaiah
returned by
Simpson.
Isaiah Simpson. Brought down.
Caleb Mendoza on the play. I got an interview with him as well. He is a very smart kid. He's going to do great things in life. He's actually the vice chairman of the Young Americans for Freedom at Northtown. Does a lot of stuff with that and does a lot of amazing extracurriculars. He's an all-around great human being.
And a great tackle from what we saw there. He made that tackle in open space.
Great human being, but I wouldn't want to get on his bad side after that tackle. You know what I'm saying, Tyler?
For sure.
Very solid form. Oak Park, again, no surprise,
it
coming out in the I
On their own 12, they're taking it under center, one receiver out right. Run up the middle, wrapped up after a gain around 2 yards, taking it up to the 15-yard line to make it a 2nd and 8 situation.
Correction, number 39, Justin Cunningham.
All right. Need a custom t-shirt? Don't get your tentacles in a twist. Squid Prints will make it easy at a price you can't resist. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way as soon as you can.
There's one more.
All right.
What's that? What's that?
All right. Let's see what this Oak Park offense can do in order to score. Every once in a while.
Yeah, we've been trying.
All right, 2:21 left in the second quarter. Let's see how Oak Park's 2-minute drill is going against this Hornet defense.
Looks like he'll be stopped to make it a 3rd and 6 situation.
Let's see if they can pick up this first down. They haven't had many problems picking up first downs on 3rd. It's been one of their strong suits this game, including that long play they had earlier on in this quarter.
As we pass the 2-minute mark.
2-minute warning.
We don't do that.
Let's see how Oak Park's 2-minute drill is going against this incredible Hornets defense. Same district, a lot of tension in this game.
Clock running.
Oak Park wants to slay the giant.
One back deep, the QB sneak. He's going to take that on for a first down.
Very interesting play call there.
But he got past the defense to take it up for around a 7-yard gain. Solid gain.
First down.
All right. Well, that was an interesting play call on 3rd and 6 to move the chains, but it worked. So
Clearly,
I know I definitely wasn't prepared for it. Neither was the Hornets defense.
I form yet again with one receiver out right.
Been running the same
Lakeland
formation
takes the
all
snap.
game.
He throws it downfield deep.
And it is overthrown.
He can't make the catch. That was Avery Williams. Unable to make that
Slightly
catch.
overthrown ball. Figured that's a couple inches lower. It's a huge gain.
Too close to the. I was thinking too close to the out of bounds marker for him to make that catch
that's what
inbounds.
A little bit over his head, but yeah, closest to the sideline than anything, and it would have been a very impressive catch had he hauled it in. All right.
With 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining, that makes it 2nd and 10, Oak Park, as they take it in the I formation. One receiver right.
Very interesting.
Lakeland takes the snap, hands it off. I believe that was Isaiah Simpson again on the carry.
Really been relying on him this game. It's an interesting. This game reminds me a lot of the Chiefs-Raiders playoff game in the 70s, where the Chiefs decided to run full house tee the whole game, which is a formation the NFL hadn't seen in a good 30 years. What the Northmen are doing tonight, running this high form under center formation all game long, and
well, it seems to be working as they seem to be marching up the field. What a block!
Oh!
It looks like that might be a penalty.
I believe that's holding.
That block could be called as an unnecessary roughness, potentially. Obviously there. Brandon Hall looking for the flag on that play.
Calls holding against Oak Park.
Holding against Oak Park, it's going to move them back with only 40 seconds left in the second quarter and them receiving the ball at half. They need to hustle down this field and be able to score if they want a better chance at winning this football game, Tyler.
Absolutely. The way I see it, they must get down and score to make this a one-possession game, so that way when they receive, they have a chance to not only tie the game, but take that 1-point lead once more.
Even if they just get 3, it is a great morale booster to get some points on the board before you get the ball at half. Makes you feel like you're not down and out, not saying they are at all, with only being a
13-point deficit.
13-point deficit, yes. I feel like after halftime, players are going to go in the locker room, warm up a bit, come out into this cold weather and have to readjust.
40 seconds left. 27-14, Northtown. Looks to be about 3rd and 13 for Oak Park, so it's obviously a big marker for them to overcome. And actually, if Northtown gets the stop here, they've got 2 timeouts. They have the potential to go down and score themselves before the half.
It's possible. Anything can happen in this wonderful game of high school football.
Been a really exciting game throughout the very beginning.
Very interesting.
Early turnovers. Oak Park takes that early 7-0 lead, and then Then that first touchdown, I believe, was Brandon Hall on that first touchdown, or maybe not. CJ Price has got a couple touchdowns in this game. He's already got 2. Including that 72-yard touchdown across the field.
Very impressive running back, and this Oak Park defense has been doing their best to hold them. And besides those couple huge plays, they've been doing a pretty good job. It hasn't been a lot of matriculating down the field. It's been all about the big plays for Northtown. As I said, if I was Oak Park's D coordinator, I'd be sending a lot of pressure off of the edge with corner blitzes and outside linebackers because they don't have time to run the option.
It looks like a QB sneak again. This time, not going to get them up for the first. 3rd and
24 seconds.
24 seconds and
22.
Stopped at 22.4 seconds. Fourth down and around. 4th and around 25.
All right, well,
and
Northtown is getting ready to get this ball. Brandon Hall back deep. As we've talked about throughout this game, he is very
We're sending
explosive.
two. It looks like we're sending two back deep for this punt return. CJ Price back there also.
I would not want to have CJ Price coming full speed downhill at me.
Both of these players are very dangerous on the return. CJ, of course, can go around you or through you, and Brandon Hall can just make plays in open space.
CJ is not bad in open space, but with him playing outside linebacker and safety, he'd rather put you in the dirt through force than finesse.
And we know you have to.
The punt
is dropped and blocked. But the play is blown dead. That snap didn't quite get back to the punter in time. But it looks like this. No, Northtown called a timeout.
That was a poorly called.
Unfortunately, a timeout called by Northtown before that punt, as that would have been a blocked kick, potentially a score for Northtown.
Huh? Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw or the unluck.
Well, it does happen like that.
Very fortunate for the Oak Park Northmen, though, as they get a second.
But this time they will be taking the ball. No, it was not. It was a turnover and a Northtown touchdown. We didn't even know who was on the field. Touchdown Northtown. I thought they called timeout. The scoreboard. You know, I make mistakes, apparently. I make too many, but as a
specialty is making mistakes at some point in his life.
Ouch. But that will be a third touchdown for running back Clyde Price, and they're going for it on. Going for two.
This is something you got to watch with Coach Douglas.
Brandon Hall takes the snap.
It is a bad snap. What's
He's going to try to make something out of nothing, and he just goes down.
Avoiding a huge.
Avoiding any problems. He just takes the, just went down. Not going to risk anything big.
21:07 on the clock.
21.7 seconds left.
Oak Park gets the ball back.
Oak Park will receive this kickoff, now down 19. This has got to sting, because Oak Park wanted that opportunity to bring it to one possession before half, and instead it is now brought to 3 possessions.
Well, they can still bring it down to 2 possessions, and that's something they got to be able to do, is get down the field and score this drive. Otherwise, calling from behind is hard.
Pretty unlikely. Not a lot of ways to stop the clock. They've only got 2 timeouts, but we'll see what they can do. If they can break a big play, perhaps a big return or a big reception like they pulled earlier.
Definitely watching them to still continue run that fullback I-form offense under center. But
Isaiah Simpson has been carrying the load quite a bit tonight and actually breaking off a few pretty decent plays.
I can see him running a lot of out routes and corner routes here to get the ball out of bounds as fast as possible. All right, Northtown sets up to kick.
The kick brought downfield.
Caught.
The kicker's caught. He's going to attempt to make a return. Shakes a man, and he goes down around the 26-yard line. Clock stops at 14 seconds.
All right, let's see if these Northmen can score with only 14 seconds left on the clock.
Well, honestly, if I was a head coach in this situation, Northtown's already stopped me before. If I try to make a big play, they could bite me, maybe take the knee. But I could honestly, in this, I could see it going either way, taking the knee or trying to make a big play happen. But you aren't going to be making a play. You've only got 2 timeouts. So you've only got 14 seconds. You aren't going to be making a methodical drive. It's going to happen in a big play.
In the I-form, motion to the other side of the field. It is a run to Isaiah Simpson. He is
brought down. 9 seconds. Clock still running. It looks like they will not call the timeout, and they will just go to the half. Down 19. Score at the end of the half. Northtown 33, Oak Park 14.
Need a custom t-shirt, don't get your tentacles in a twist. Squid Prints will make it an easy price you can't resist. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way. The first half. Tyler, how's this first half been, man?
Well, this first half has been exciting. Obviously starting off with Northtown receiving the ball, but Clyde Price, CJ Price, fumbling that ball within the 30, giving Oak Park an opportunity to score and to take the ball within the 30, and that is exactly what they did. Is they took it in for a touchdown to get that early 7-0 lead. But Northtown bit right back to tie it to 7-7 later in that, on the very next drive.
Seth Matley also ended up putting the ball on the dirt in the first drive we were talking about, and we haven't seen very much of him since that.
Brandon Hall has been carrying the load in it, and Northtown's offense of speed has been flourishing. While Brandon Hall has not thrown a single pass, they've still been able to run this offense very effectively with all kinds of motion, all kinds of different run schemes, and all of that sorts of ability as they can run any kind of option they want, because all of that speed that they've got on offense with Brandon Hall, Clyde Price is fast enough. On top of that, he can just run right through you.
Forgetting about Jeremy Brown as well, who's also wonderful in space, and not only the speed on this offense, but the power they have to worry about with Daniel Joyner and CJ Price again. This defense has been doing a pretty good job of keeping them from driving down the field, but it's those chunk plays they got to worry about. Them stopping the option has been a struggle all game, and the scoreboard shows it. You have to be able to send pressure from the outside and keep them from running those options. If they don't have enough time to get that jet sweep off, it won't happen. As soon as you see a motion, your defense should be able to flip the blitz to the side that the jet sweep is going, so they can take off the head of the snake with those jet sweep options that Northtown is infamous for running.
Well, because of all the options that you run, you never know who has the ball at first whenever you watch all our play action, because all of Northtown's play action running around the outside with the jet sweep. On top of that, not only faking the jet sweep, but faking the handoff, and Brandon Hall might keep it for himself and run it around the outside.
And that's why you send pressure from the outside, because if you send pressure from the outside, you take away that jet sweep option, and you have to have your interior defensive lineman push the ball. All right, please welcome the Oak Park Band out onto the field for halftime.
Yeah, at some point.
Are we doing this our last home game? I might order pizza back in
Sort of like composing the music for all instruments. Yeah.
Do you have the roster?
limitations that you refer to? What did you say you were anxious about? What are you afraid of? Do you feel pain? What about babies and children? Molly?
And we're back here on N2 Sports. My name is Tyler Lovelace. I'm joined here by Duncan Carmichael.
Great to be here, Tyler. It's a chilly night, but it's a really good football game.
So far, this game has been mostly Northtown making big plays. CJ Price has 3 touchdowns in this game. He's clearly been the story of this game, including a 72-yard touchdown run. He's just been almost unstoppable. Even when they seem to contain him, he seems to always be able to find a way to break free. How you doing? That's for third. Wait till the third quarter starts.
Okay, with third quarter coming in, it's got to be Oak Park's key, as we were talking about before the half, to make sure that they are able to send pressure from the outside.
We don't need
in order to stop these options.
We don't need that paper. We need this.
Alright, now as the teams are getting set to kick off. As the teams get set to kick off, the score is 33-14 Northtown, but this game is not over yet at all.
Oak Park retaking.
Demoralizing for Oak Park, but I think if they get good ball security and able to cut away the big plays that Northtown has been having all game long, they've still got a very good chance of coming back.
Oak Park not entirely out of this game, but it is going to take quite some effort from both ends of the football if they want to climb back into this one.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens this game. I feel like Northtown might come out a little bit proudful if they got this in the bag, and it could slip away from them, just like the infamous 25-point lead at halftime that the Atlanta Falcons had over the New England Patriots.
We don't know.
Super Bowl 50.
This isn't even quite the same lead. This is a 19-point lead.
Oh, so it's closer to the Chiefs-Titans wildcard game from last season.
That one was a 21-point lead. This lead's even still smaller. You're almost there.
You just keep showing how manageable this comeback is. They just need to get their head.
They do receive the ball at the beginning of this half.
They need to keep their heads forward, play some solid football like they've been doing all game, and I think they need to move a little bit more out of that I formation that they've been running all game long.
Well, it hasn't been failing them completely tonight. They have been able to run the same formation throughout most of the night and still be successful. Yet, with 40 seconds left here in this half, nope. And it looks like we're starting to get underway into the second quarter. Oak Park back to return the kickoff. Northtown kicking, Oak Park to return. They will have the ball first to start the second half. 12 minutes, 24 minutes left total in the game. We've got another half of great football to watch, I'd say.
We do, and honestly, the game is far from over. We've seen a lot crazier things happen in just a half. Let's see what Oak Park's quarterback can do against this Northtown defense. And Isaiah
Simpson
has been having a very solid game.
Well, obviously a clear issue for Oak Park has been Northtown's running back, C.J. Price. He's been just able to carve up the defense.
I disagree. I think it's more Brandon Hall the issue because you have to watch on what's going to happen. C.J. Price, you know it's coming. It's coming from power. Well, with Brandon Hall, you don't know if he's going to drop back and throw the pass, which he hasn't yet. He's going to take it, or he's going to hand it off to the many weapons he has on offense, such as Jeremy Brown.
And the kick is underway. This will be returned. It'll bounce. So return it about the 15. He'll be brought down by Solomon Glover.
Solomon Glover had him in choir last year. Very serious man. Always about football. Great player. Let's see what Oak Park can do against this Northtown defense.
Blake Bland's back out there, and he's honestly hasn't had a very bad game. He hasn't turned over the ball. He's thrown a touchdown. He's just been managing this offense again in this I formation. Not in the I formation this time, but two backs deep. The handoff to the right side.
Center, and it's going
nowhere. He will be brought down for around a loss of 1.
Slides you a 5. This is another I form.
Oh well.
This is another I form. $5. Let's see what happens. With this Oak Park offense, they've been solid, but inconsistent is the best way to put it. They've had great drives. They've had 3-and-out drives that have ended up going more yards back than forwards.
Under center yet again. Handoff. No, he keeps the ball, but he's brought down immediately in the backfield around the 10-yard line. Ball loose, it looks like, but. And it is.
Northtown claiming for a touchdown. There's a flag on the play. Wait, what's that?
No.
No.
It looks like Northtown has recovered this football.
All right, well, not looking good for Oak Park's offense.
Yes, okay. This will make it 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line for Northtown. Northtown got to capitalize to put this game into cruise control for the rest of the night. Seth Matley back at quarterback, it looks like.
Haven't seen him very much this game.
And he takes the handoff.
He does have a cannon arm, so let's see if they try to air out the ball a little bit in the red zone, catch Oak Park's defense off guard. On the 6 in the red zone after the fumble is a
handoff to Hall. Hall will take it in for a Northtown score.
It's not looking too good for the Northmen.
This makes it 39-14, giving Northtown a 25-point lead, possibly 26 if they make the extra point.
This cold weather, I wouldn't be surprised if they missed it.
Well, their kicker's been solid this game. He's missed 1 point after, but he's been solid since.
Never know.
Seth takes the snap, the kick is up, and it is good. Bringing the score with 10 minutes and 22 seconds left. Score, Northtown 40, Oak Park 14.
26-point lead. Let's see if the Northmen can come back from this or if they're just going to get demoralized after this lead.
Honestly, as a player, you must find it tough to overcome this lead, but that doesn't mean you can give up. If you're Oak Park, you have to continue to press in this game. You have to continue to play, and maybe, just maybe, you've got that shot. Obviously, there's still plenty of time left. Maybe you've got that shot to take back this game.
Of course, Tyler, I couldn't agree with you more that you just give up. Only thing that can happen is it can get worse or it can get better, so you just got to put your cleats in the dirt and push forward. Put the score behind you. Play the best football you can and just see what happens.
And that is what we will be hoping to see from Oak Park, as it will make for a very exciting game. I want to see Oak Park do their absolute best out here. It looks like that is... Never mind. That was number 4 on the return. I thought it was the quarterback.
All right.
We'll see where this kick... We'll see where this kick goes. Obviously, we started off with a lot of short kicks, but Northtown seems to be the first team to have taken it and started kicking it deep.
For an onside.
Kicks it deep again.
Nice line drive, and it is
returnable ball. He might be able to make a play here, and he will be brought down at the 20.
Logan Weldon on the return.
Logan Wilman, brought down by a group of Hornets, a swarm.
Something you gotta watch about this Hornet defense is definitely their D-line, and if Oak Park wants to come back from this game, they gotta make sure their offensive line is not making any mistakes, holding-wise and blocking in the back. That's crucial. With their D-line being Daniel Joyner, Dominic Orange,
and of course,
Tommy Adibawara.
Handoff to the right side. He finds some space.
He's stopped at about the 32-yard line.
That looked like Tistammer. He's back in the game. Number 44, Colton Tistammer. He's back in this game after being injured earlier.
33. All right.
It looks like that'll bring up for a first down. 1st and 10, Oak Park.
Colton Tishammer being back in the game should be a moral boost for the Northmen in this game.
Having both options of Isaiah Simpson and Tishammer should help them come back to this morale. Up the middle, what a hit. That was Colton Tishammer again on the carry.
Not holding back at all.
He's back in this game and he's ready to play. He clearly hasn't given up.
He hasn't given up. Hopefully he can revive this Oak Park sideline and make some magic happen.
Number 44 taking it to the 41-yard.
All right.
2nd and 1.
This weather's got to start taking effect on these players' bodies. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing a lot of missed tackles.
It looks like Blake Bland is taking the ball in the shotgun.
This is strange.
He takes it. It's a direct sneak. He'll take that up for about a 5-yard gain. 1st down, Oak Park.
They've had some very interesting play calls with running the ball with Blake Bland, and it's worked out very well for them because the Hornets defense is not expecting it.
That may be the first time that we saw him take a snap not under center in this game.
I believe it is, and that's something that's crazy, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think they need to start fixing it because the scoreboard says it's broke.
Well, if this is the case, then It seems that the coach seems to have made some offensive adjustments after this first half of running mainly almost entirely under center I formation. And he takes it as a shotgun again, one back to his left.
Again. See,
he's back to throw, throws it downfield too low for his receiver, Colton Tishammer, unable to make that grab.
I think Tishammer coming out of the locker room okay after the second half is really opening up their offensive playbook. What'd you say, Tyler?
Well, having him back, they've clearly been making it an emphasis to utilize him in any way they can, whether it be on the run or as a receiver, as we just saw. Unable to complete that pass, but he was open enough to where he could have potentially made a big play had the quarterback gotten the ball to him.
With this Hornet D-line, though, it is hard to take more than a 3-step drop, and he was rolling out with Danny Joyner in his face.
2nd and 10, once again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and it's a direct run off the snap. He takes it up.
Block.
Decent blocking gets him up to make it a 3rd and 5.
Did you see that block on Danny Joyner? That was pretty nice. I thought he came in clean, but I believe it was the guard came in and hit him before anything happened. So.
Gain of 5 on the play.
3rd and 5, Oak Park.
On the 50-yard line.
Traditionally, Oak Park has been the better team, even though Northtown has more of a pool to choose from. Both over 500. Northtown at 501. Oak Park at 579 winning percentage-wise. So
that's overall. This year clearly, and he takes the snap and he runs it forward again. This time stopped for about a gain of 3 or 4, which will make a 4th down situation for Oak Park.
Wouldn't be surprised. They need to go for this at this point in the ball game. They are down by such a big deficit that.
No, it looks like they're bringing the punting unit on.
Don't agree with this call at all. Let's see what happens.
There's not much to lose in this football game. If I were them, I would most definitely go out and go for it, but you never know. Maybe they either have this much faith in their defense, or I hope they haven't given up yet.
Oh, they faked the punt!
It was a fake. The punter acted as if the snap had went over his head to fake the defense, but Tommy Rashears takes it up for a 1st down, Oak Park.
That was pretty nice. It reminds me of the play in the Chiefs-Falcons games a couple years ago where they handed it directly off to Albert Wilson for a huge game.
That is exactly what I just thought of.
Wasn't exactly the biggest game such as Albert Wilson's, but it was still a solid run. And smart play calling, but as I said, I don't understand why the Hornets were even expecting a punt in this situation.
I had that thought in the back of my mind. It could have been a fake. I just wasn't courageous enough to go out and say, I bet this is a fake.
Well, neither one of us are Tony Romo, so neither one of us are fortune tellers.
Well, that's fair. It looks like back in the shotgun, he takes the snap and runs it forward again. The same, again, pretty similar play calling from throughout this entire drive. It's very consistent play calling. Whether that's effective or ineffective has yet to be seen as they've continued to march up this field.
I feel like the play calling has been decent. It's been mixed results, definitely. They've had several solid play calls that just weren't executed properly, such as that play where the ball was put in the dirt by Blake Bland. But let's see what happens. Colt Tishammer back in the game's really brought this offense alive, coming out in the gun more, being comfortable, doing more things.
Ever since Colt Tishammer came back in the game, they've been taking a lot more snaps from the shotgun rather than under center.
Here's what they're familiar with, the I form.
It's a screen. That pass was complete to Avery Williams.
He hasn't been very productive this game. He's had a couple drops, but hopefully he can get alive in the second half in order to bring the Northmen back from this deficit.
That tackle, he was brought out of bounds by CJ Price. His name has been all over this football game. Ball spotted at the Northtown 34-yard line, 3rd and 5 for the Northmen. Big situation here as they take the ball under center again, 2 wide receivers left. The handoff up the middle. It looks like he's going to be stopped just short of the 30-yard line. We'll see how the refs call it, but I believe he was marked just short.
In this situation, Bayal Hussein coming back from that injury, one of the leaders on this defense, leading the team in tackles, been pretty solid. Gotta say, Northman's offense is really impressing me in this game. Coming out in the second half, not afraid to come out in the gun, where they were a little bit trigger shy in the first half.
All right. Looks like they'll be going for it on this 4th and inches situation, taking the snap under center. 2 backs, 2 wide receivers out right. False start. Looked like the fullback took a very early, or the halfback in the backfield, Isaiah Simpson, took a very early step. I spotted him. He kind of took a left step forward before the snap. Oh, false start.
Fancy, trying to make sure that this ball game doesn't get out of hand, and you got to make sure you wait for that ball snap when you're in this situation. A penalty could kill a drive at any point in the game, especially when you're down 26 points.
Well, 4th and 5 is a very much easily tougher situation than 4th and inches that we just saw. So now they're going to have a bigger challenge ahead of them as they attempt to make this.
You could say that 4th and 5 is easier than 4th and inches by quite a bit because you can spread the field out more. On 4th and inches, everybody knows what you're about to do.
It looks like Blake Bland will throw the ball. He's wrapped up from behind, incomplete pass.
With 4:56 left in the game in the 3rd quarter, Oak Park's defense is coming on the field.
Clock still running, and now it has stopped it with 4:51 left.
They need to restart that because that was a change of possession.
It was also an incomplete pass.
Yeah, but change of possession and incomplete pass. So they need to back that up a bit because the play was whistled dead. So I don't know what the.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Regardless, Northtown football. They'll be taking it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, looking to put this game on, potentially put this game out of reach, if not already.
You could say put it on ice.
That's what I was going to say, but I wasn't going to say put it on ice yet because it's too early in the game.
Say the time. Only did specify what quarter. You guys all did that. Oh my god, the game's almost over. And they just got back from the halftime. What the hell happened in the 3rd quarter?
We got it. We're fine.
All right.
Seth Matley taking that snap, handing it off to Brandon Hall on the left side. He's trying to make a play, but it looks like we wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 2.
As I've said, the Northman's defense has been doing solid in containing the small plays for little or no gain, but it's these shot plays that Northtown has in their offense, not necessarily checking the ball down the field, but those option plays are killing this Northman's defense. Might see some edge pressure, as I've been saying all game.
It's been a minute since we've seen CJ Price take the ball up for a carry. I'd like to see it. I think he could potentially continue to make this game theirs.
Look how far off that corner's playing. They were expecting it.
Flag thrown before, play blown dead at the snap. False start on Northtown.
Could potentially see the Northman's defense trying to play off a little more, as we saw in that last play. Don't really agree with that because with their jet sweep offense, you need to make sure you're up in their face, ready to make that tackle at the line of scrimmage.
All right, 2nd and 17 for Northtown. Seth Matley takes the snap, hands it to CJ Price, and he takes it upfield, breaks the tackle up to the 50. He's got no one left in front of him. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Another touchdown for CJ Price. They've just been unable to stop him in this game, and he takes it in for his 4th rushing touchdown of the game.
There's nothing really you can say about CJ Price that hasn't already been said. He's got decent speed, pretty solid outside linebacker for the team, and they decided to put him at running back, and he's been doing amazing this season, on pace to have 3,000 yards.
He's having a spectacular season. There's absolutely nothing that can stop him right now. No defense has been able to quite figure him out yet this season. He's been carrying the load for this Northtown offense throughout most of the season.
But the unsung heroes of Northtown,
and that kick is good.
The unsung heroes of this Northtown team is the offensive line, which I like to call the Hornet's Nest.
All right, with 3 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, score Northtown 47, Oak Park 14.
They're letting this game get away. I don't like it, Tyler. They need to get their heads back into it.
It's definitely possible for Oak Park to do so, but as the game continues, it's going to be a lot harder for them to fight back into it. Take a minute to take a word. Whether it's screen printing or graphic design, Squid Prints can get you a shirt in incredible time. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way.
If I was
slacking on that, you need to do more. You gotta push it through the last 2 minutes.
No, because I told you to wait till the third quarter actually started. And then we forgot.
while waiting to kick, you gotta be, if I'm on that Northman sideline, I'd do the opposite of looking at that scoreboard for anything else but the time. You have to pretend like it's a close game, and you've got to keep your head into it, because if you let the score get into your heart...
The kick is off, and it looks like he will take it at the 5 rather than let it go out of bounds. I think that was a mistake on his part, as it will now be Northman ball on their own 8-yard line.
I could see Coach Leon Douglas down up some pressure with the amazing pass rush Northtown has. Let's see what Oak Park responds with. Blake Bland has got to be able to step up and lead this team as the quarterback.
And Blake Bland has been he hasn't been having too bad of a game. He's thrown some incompletions here and there, but all those throws have been on the run, where he's been trying to evade the Northtown's pass rush, and he's just been having a little bit of trouble doing so. He has his passing touchdown in this game. He has all of his rushes up the middle, where he's had just QB sneaks or just his bootleg runs. He's had his fair share of offensive opportunities, and as he takes this under center, QB sneak yet again.
They were single back that time, I believe. I didn't see a fullback back there. So at least they're mixing up their under center plays, because first half they were strictly running out of that I form behind a fullback.
Well, the I form has kept them in this game for a lot of it, as they still have scored a couple touchdowns by strictly running the same offense. But personally, I think that I would say that they need to change up their offense a little bit more, because Northtown, as this game has progressed, has learned to shut them down more and more as they keep continuing to run the same plays. I form, Zay, hand up the middle. It looks like that'll get him up to the 5-yard line to make it 3rd and 5 for Oak Park.
Worried about...
Ball carried by number 20.
They've got Isaiah Simpson with the carry. He's been their focus most of this game, but they need to be able to spread that ball around, because if you know the ball's going to the same person every single play, you're going to shut it down.
15-yard line.
With Northtown, the reason their offense has been killing the Northman's defense is because there are so many viable weapons on that team.
And Blake Bland taking that under center again, this time with a receiver to his right. The handoff up to the left, the misdirection. With a solid block, he's going to curly outside.
That's a first down,
up to the 35.
more.
Brought out of bounds after that around 20-yard carry. Isaiah Simpson yet again. Time to take another word. Whether it's screen printing or graphic design, Squid Prints can get you a shirt in incredible time. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way.
2:18 left in the third quarter.
Score is Northtown 47, Oak Park 14, as Blake Bland takes the snap under center. Takes the snap, QB sneak.
Which they have been doing all game long, and I understand that it's been semi-successful, but Tyler, if I was...
It looks like he took a hit on his head there, but he appears to be fine. I thought I saw some direct helmet-to-helmet contact on that sneak. Scary to keep continuing to run your offense like this.
Inside that pile, it's hard to see something as a helmet-to-helmet from the refs, so I understand if they missed it. But something you got to worry about, putting that much pressure on your quarterback, just taking up the gut all the time, is eventually the ball's going in the dirt.
It doesn't look like Blake Bland is receiving the plays anymore for Oak Park. It looks like the quarterback in the back now is DJ Cannon. Perhaps this is why they've been running the ball up the middle a lot more, is because they switched quarterbacks to DJ Cannon, tried to go for more of the same thing that Northtown's been doing with a mobile quarterback.
Seth Matley hasn't been getting very much very many reps on offense for Northtown because he had that fumble on that first drive, and you've got to be able to watch out for your ball security. And Oak Park's done an all right job of that, but they're being a little bit too secure with this ball, if you understand what I'm trying to say, Tyler. They need to take more risks instead of trying to just run this ball. 53 seconds left.
At this point, I'm not sure Oak Park is trying to fight to stay in this ball game. It looks like they got across for the first down up to the 50 there as they push the pile.
I wouldn't count them out just yet, Tyler. Still 45 left in the third. Magic has happened before. Let's see if it can happen again.
Isaiah Simpson, the ball carrier.
It looks like they will mark it a first down.
Moving the chains.
Up to the 50-yard line for Oak Park. 49-yard line.
Northmen have got to get a fire going on that sideline. They need to be hyping their team up in order to win this game. 40 seconds left on the clock in the third. 47-14. Let's see if they snap the ball or
DJ Cannon still taking the snap under center. Hands it off. He gets the handoff off. It appears to be a gain of just one, getting to that 50-yard line.
23 seconds left. They might just let this run out to quarter.
Brought down by 5 Price. No gain on the play. 7 down and 10.
Clock still running, about 10 seconds left in this third quarter. It looks like they'll just let it run on to the fourth quarter. We'll take a moment to take a word. Whether it's screen printing or graphic design, Squid Prints can get you a shirt in incredible time. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way.
Beginning of the fourth. It's not looking too good for these Northmen. He just came out to remind us about the innings.
I just did.
This weather's got to be taking effect, and it's got to suck the morale out of a team. Playing in this cold, and I guarantee that field's got a lot of moisture on it. Be awful to play in these kind of conditions. That's why both teams will be keeping the ball on the ground, but Northtown's just been doing a better job, and Oak Park needs to find a way to spread that ball out more if they want to stay in this ball game. And honestly, they're starting to look like they're giving up the fight, and that's something you can't do. You've got to keep your sideline alive in this situation. There's the ball. About 52.
Apex will be announcing the winner of the 50-50 raffle very soon.
All right.
Get your tickets out. We'll give you that winner.
All right, Tyler. Keys for Oak Park to stay in this game. Gotta be take more risks. They've been putting their ball.
Stay in this game. I think you mean to get back into this game, because honestly, right now, down 33 points. They're not in it currently. 33
Hard
points.
to argue with you there, but in order to get back into this game and have a fighting chance to win, they need to take more risks. They're playing way too conservatively at this point in the game.
They've swapped to a running more of a scrambling quarterback late in the game rather than one to throw, so it appears they just want to run the ball here.
Again, this quarterback needs
The
to
read
watch his
option
feet.
goes nowhere, as not only was the running back stopped, but the quarterback was stopped immediately upon keeping the ball. Flag thrown after the play.
That ticket number is 2055455. If you want to take it 2055455.
They gotta watch this quarterback's footing. He's not doing a good job keeping his footwork solid. He's falling down multiple snaps, and that's something you gotta watch because that's
There's a flag on the
yards for
play.
defense.
Again, that number
And these Northmen, they gotta get a fire lit up under them.
455.
It's just got called in Oak Park.
Penalty on Oak Park.
All right, let's see what the Northmen.
Flag's still down on the field. It looks like they'll be taking a break here. So we'll take a break here.
All right, yes. Need a custom t-shirt? Don't get your tentacles in a twist. Squid Prints will make it an easy price you can't resist. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way. This game, they need to get a fire lit up under them. Their sideline's looking like it's starting to die, but they can't let this happen. Let's see how they
Looks
play
like Oak
this.
Park's fans are still being happy. They're punting it. It's blocked! Blocked and picked up by Oak Park. Buddy's just going to step it out of bounds. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And Northtown will be taking possession of that ball on the Northmen's 35-yard line.
If I was the Northmen's defensive coordinator right now, I'm dialing up heat. You cannot play a conservative defense with this little field. You cannot play weak. You have to come at the quarterback. At this case, the quarterback plays running back and receiver occasionally, if it is Brandon Hall, but you have to be sending pressure off the edges with corners and safety blitzes, somebody that can get around that edge and stop these in the backfield.
Seth Matley continues to take the snaps. He will be taking this one in the shotgun with 2 wideouts.
Watch Brandon Hall on the outside there.
Flag thrown. Ball. Whistle dead before the play. False start on Northtown.
Watch Brandon Hall. He's been playing multiple positions, mostly quarterback tonight, but he was split out wide. They've got to make sure he stays contained. He is one of the main keys to this Northtown offense. And
obviously, I want to. Clearly, I agree with you, but Oak Park clearly needs to be able to continue to play well to stay in this football game. They want to continue to fight. That's what I want to see, is for Oak Park to continue to fight. A run up the middle.
They need to be able to
that looks like
over in this situation.
That looked like that was Jeremy Brown with the football.
Jeremy Brown brought down by number 21.
Just never call him Brown.
Second and 8 for Northtown. Seth Matley taking the snap in the shotgun. 2 wideouts, 1 back in the backfield.
They're not putting enough press on him.
Play action. Seth still has the ball. He's going to throw downfield. That way overthrown. Almost, in fact, if he overthrew even the corner who was standing behind the receiver.
I feel like if that corner waited another second before he high pointed that ball, that ended very differently, Tyler.
I just think Seth Matley threw the ball way too far. He's got a strong arm, but he needs to work on his accuracy.
And that's something the Oak Park defense need to take advantage of, is his poor accuracy at times.
Seth Matley has not thrown the football very many times in this football game, but they need to take advantage for when he does. Run. Brandon Hall breaks a few tackles, and he takes it on in for a Northtown touchdown.
Not enough pressure off that edge in order to contain this option.
Brandon Hall and CJ Price each have been having fantastic games for Northtown tonight.
I wish I was seeing more fire from this Oak Park defense at this point in the game, but when the score is 53-14, there's not much to look forward to.
Really tough for Oak Park currently, but honestly, I still want to see them go out there and play great football.
They need to fight like their lives on the line, because it is.
The way I see it, you have to continue to play good football till the end. And the kick is good, bringing the score, Northtown 54, Oak Park 14. 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this football game. A 40-point lead has got to be a tough pill to swallow for Oak Park.
It'll take a miracle, but there's been crazier things have happened.
Not many crazier things, but I can agree with you. It's going to take 2.5 miracles for Oak Park to get back in this one.
Next week, they might have a flu. They might have a Michael Jordan-like flu game with the weather they're playing in tonight.
It's still pretty cold tonight. We're still pretty chilly up here.
You can see it taking effect on the players. You can see a lot of holding hands to keep them warm. You can see a lot of slower moving and aching bodies.
Players are tired. Players are cold, but Oak Park's fans seems to have stayed interested in this football. At least they're still hyped up. At least the fans are still into it. Their fans still seem to be having a great time as this kickoff is underway. Returned. Oh, he muffed it.
He dropped it.
He picks it up and return it anyways.
This could be a safety.
He breaks a tackle, breaks another, takes it up to the 9-yard line. Made a little more out of that play than I thought there'd be.
He did the best he could after dropping that ball. And frankly, I'm hoping I see something from this offense, maybe spreading the Northtown defense a little more out, not giving that pass rush an opportunity to do its thing.
The way I see it, if I was coaching, even if my team was down big, I'd have them play their hardest till the very end.
At this point, this is when I bust out the tricky stuff in the playbook that we may or may not have tried this season, that is supposed to give us big yards in big situations. Maybe try and get the players on the field to have a bit more fun with the game, so you can rejuvenate that sideline, Tyler.
Absolutely. Oak Park's fans, well, the Oak Park's fans have not been down. They've been continuously vibrant and excitable throughout this entire football game, regardless of the score. And that's something I think that we all can appreciate.
Well,
looks like we'll be taking a timeout from Northtown.
7-10 in the fourth quarter, 54-14 Northtown.
We'll take this as an opportunity to take a word.
Need a
custom t-shirt? Don't get your tentacles and twists. Squid Prints will make it at an easy price you can't resist. Swim by 7807 North Oak Traffic Way.
I did want it to start.
All right. As we return here from this timeout, it'll be Oak Park football on their own 9-yard line. The quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to, I believe, to be Isaiah Simpson yet again. But this yard goes nowhere. Oak Park's fans getting very excited as they have shot a rubber chicken from the bottom of the stands into a tuba. Oak Park's fans finding ways to continue to be excited throughout this football game. They don't care about the score. They're still having a great time.
That's what I like to see from fan bases.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
taking the snap and handing it off here.
Still seeing way too much running of the football, Tyler. It's not something that's going to help you come back from a deficit this big. You need to air this ball out.
I think Oak Park at this point has conceded this football game. At this point, the rest of this is just a formality to them. I think they'd like to just get this game over with, continue to run the clock, get it done with, and move on and continue to practice hard, get ready for next week's game.
I think that they should still be fighting as hard as they can till the last second ends, but
I agree with you there, but they don't seem to have the same mindset as they continue to just run. They're continuing to run the football. 5 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in this game. Score is 54-14 Northtown as DJ Canton takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and it's minimal gain, maybe a couple yards.
This cold weather has really played a huge factor on both teams. Noticed a lot of them keeping the ball on the ground in this game. That was really Northtown's key, was spreading out.
Fourth and approximately 5. 4th and 5. 4th and 6. That punt's off. Looks like it'll get to be picked up by Northmen at their own 38-yard line.
Let's see what Northtown does in this situation, whether they just run the clock out or if they're going for the jugular. Honestly, knowing Coach Douglas, he's going for that jugular. He's trying to put as much pain on the Northmen as possible.
I think there's already been enough pain inflicted in this game. It's hard to go down by more than 40 points in a game. But we'll see if Northtown's offense continues to be aggressive, continues to try to put that ball into the end zone.
Let's see if this Northman's defense starts getting a little bit irritated with the deficit and puts their body on line a little, trying to throw some solid hits at these Northtown players. So much.
That's Seth Matley taking the snap.
Ball whistle dead.
Flag. False start on the offense.
False start against the Hornets.
The offensive line, unsung heroes of this game.
Oh yeah. Oops. Sets out the game. That's Diamonds. Diamonds Cooper now put in for this game. He takes the snap, hands it off immediately. Brought down after getting back to bringing around 5-yard gain.
The ball carrier.
Yeah.
Jelani Murray, the ball carrier on that play. Honestly, I see the Hornets are sticking with their strategy all game, running this option offense, which has been their strength all season. But you need to see more from the Oak Park defense. I don't know why they're playing
pistol
such
formation
coverage.
Hand off up the middle, backed up to Jelani Murray again. Looks like he'll get it forward here for about a 3-yard gain up to around the 36, 35-yard line.
.240 left in the game, fourth quarter. I'm not seeing the Northmen putting up 40 points in 2.5 minutes.
No, I don't think anyone is here. As Jelani Murray takes this carry to the outside and is wrapped up after a gain of around 3.
Northtown has sat their starters and put in the JV team at this point in the game, avoiding the risk of injury to their starters.
Honestly, this game's been over for a while. I feel like you could have done this before, but a good enough decision by the coaching of Northtown to be able to sit their starters, get them rested, get them ready for next week's game as they move on to 7-0 or 8-0. 7-0.
7-0. I believe Oak Park should do the same thing at this point. They sat their starters. You're not going to be able to score that many points in under 2 minutes at this point with 1:45 left to go.
The handoff. Jelani Murray's only going to go backwards. Questionable decision going forward on 4th and 4 when you're up by this much. But continuing to run here. 1:30 left in the game.
Everybody just wants this game to be over at this point. It was a good, well-fought game in the first half, and then towards the end of the second quarter, they really let it get out from underneath them. Really wish I saw some more aggressiveness coming from this Northman's team. They could have done a lot better if they maybe mixed up their formations in the first half and tried to air the ball out a little bit more.
I saw Oak Park has definitely thrown this football more than Northtown has, and they haven't been entirely ineffective. I feel like that they had something going there at first when they threw that passing touchdown, but it seemed they moved away from the pass as the game went on. So continue to run, put in DJ Cannon at quarterback and run the football as he continues to be in this game. The run up the middle, going to get to around the 45-yard line for a 2-yard gain. Should make it 2nd and 8. 40 seconds on the clock. And counting.
This is game. Very well fought. I think they're calling it. Very well fought game. It was very close in the beginning. Oak Park just let it get away from them. I feel like if they had been more aggressive, they could have won, both on offense and defense. I don't believe they were getting enough pressure in this Hornets face. They should have been sending more blitzes from the edges in order to stop them. Don't agree with all the play calls there.
And a flag thrown.
Clock is still running, by the way. Did not stop the clock at the flag.
It looks like 12 men on the offense for Oak Park.
2 seconds left on the clock because nobody stopped the clock when the penalty flag was thrown.
Yeah, Oak Park's got 12 men on the field, and they just let the clock run out to the end of the game.
All right.
Very well fought, well-earned victory for Northtown. They did fantastic. Real quick a word. Need a custom t-shirt? Don't get your tentacles and twist. Squid Prints will make it easy at a price you can't resist. Swim by 70807 North Oak Traffic Way.
And that wraps up things to the NKC District Athletic Complex. Where tonight the Hornets beat the Northmen.
We would like to recognize our cameramen Dion Blake and Vinny Ginn. I would like to thank both. I'd like to thank my co-commentator here, color commentator Duncan Carmichael.
I had a blast. Wish it was a bit more of an aggressive game from Oak Park side, but what do you get? Very good play game. Both people tried their hardest. Northtown came on top. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Next Friday, Oak Park travels to Oak Park. Oh, I didn't. Northtown will host the Blue Jays of Raytown High School at 7 p.m. next Friday.
Have a good night, everybody. That's a wrap for our broadcast.
Have a great night.